Hello friends, this is Mayank Chachra from Zhiyun Tech and I'm the marketing manager. I'm here in Turkey right now and I'm going to teach you about special things for this Weebill 3S gimbal. Right now we have the Weebill 3S gimbal in front of me, and then I'm going to show you a lot of special features about this gimbal. It's a very compact gimbal which can take a payload of 3.5 kg. It can take the camera landscape wise, or maybe you can switch the camera to the vertical for the reel shooting. We have a combo version here in which we have the sling handle, we have the rest support for the like gimbal payload support on your arm. In this gimbal, we also have a light, which is basically a bicolor light. You can also control the intensity. You can also control the Kelvin of the light. You can also have a special mode in this one. We can actually have like 7 modes. You can have the pan, follow, and like all the special modes in this one. We have the vertical switching. We have the down like angle switching. The battery works for almost like 14 hours. And we also have a joystick control in this gimbal. This is a really compact gimbal which also can connect with the camera with the help of a Bluetooth. You can actually control the recording with the help of a Bluetooth, and also you can actually do more performance with the special modes in this one. So now I'm going to tell you about the special balance, and also I'm going to tell you some special features about the gimbal. We have to understand what is a balance. So in the gimbal, how we do the balancing. The most important thing is the camera should stay in one particular position. When you move the camera up or down, left and right, the camera position must stay like that. So it should not come automatically in the center. So if I just do like this, it should not come automatically in the center. That means the camera is not balancing. But when we just go like this and the camera stays like that, that means the camera is perfectly balanced in the gimbal. So we have to make sure the X tilt motor, the roll motor and the pan motor must be balanced. So first we do the balancing, and then we turn on the gimbal. Then you see the camera automatically comes in the center. That means the camera and the gimbal is particularly on and started for the working. You can see we have a back sling handle which can be used for different operations. You can actually use this handle for the ground angle shots, or maybe the top angle shots, or maybe you can actually lose this one and slide it over that side. So it's basically a dual handle support, so that you can actually do the long operations with the gimbal and some precise movements. And one more thing is here that we have a wrist rest. So sometimes when you hold the gimbal like this and you just do the ground like the ground operations like that one, you actually see the support, the weight of the camera is totally divided on your arm. So you can work for longer operations. You can actually use the gimbal for a long time. We have a wheel here which can be used for the light operation. So if you just press and hold this one, so you see the light is powered on, and you see the intensity we can control with the light. You can see the light intensity, and then we can actually press one and we can actually change the color temperature. So pressing once goes the intensity, and press again change the Kelvin, and then we can press and hold, it turns off. So it's basically for those areas where you want to put a little light effect, you want to lit up the background or maybe the picture, so you can actually use this light. This gimbal has many modes. You can actually use different modes. The screen on the back side will show you all the modes and the settings inside the gimbal. This gimbal is specially designed for those people who actually want to work as a standalone professional. They don't want to use any assistant for the settings operations. So you just only have to do all the settings from the gimbal screen. So here we have the menu option. You can actually go to the menu. You can actually you see a lot of settings in the screen. And also for the mode, we have a M button here. You can press the M button. You can change the mode from pan follow to pan like the locking, the full follow, and POV, and also the vortex mode, and also you have the portrait mode, and also you have the go mode. We have a lot of modes in this gimbal. The most important thing we have to understand is which mode we want to work on. Like the pan follow mode is basically for the movement of the pan which you do from your hand. So if you just move your hand left and right, the pan follow lets the camera move left and right, but the tilt, like the up and down movement, is locked. That means the camera focus is straight, but it moves left and right with the hand movement. But if you choose the locking mode locks the camera in one frame. Even if you just run with this camera, and then you can see the front movement is locked, the left right movement is locked. So you can actually use the locking mode for some special operations. Like if you want to use a slider shot, you can use the locking mode. The next mode is the follow mode. The follow mode is basically going on the movement of the tilt up and down with your hand movement and the left and right movement with your hand movement. So it can actually work as a follow mode, but the follow mode doesn't work, the tilt motor goes up and down, but the full follow mode use the tilt motor movement and the pan follow movement with your hand movement. So it follows your hand movement. So that's the full follow mode. When we double press the M mode, we have the POV mode. And the POV mode is basically the complete follow of all the motors, like the tilt, roll and pan. So you can see the pan is moving according to the hand movement, tilt is moving according to the hand movement, and roll is also moving according to the hand movement. So the POV is a point of view which can be used for some specific shooting time, some specific angles. You can actually create the ambience, you can actually track somebody from bottom to top, and then you can actually track as an orbit. You can use the pan POV. And then press again, we have another mode, that is the vortex mode. So the vortex mode is basically for the 360. You can make it down and you can turn the wheel here and you can actually perform some 360 operations like this one. So the vortex mode can be used for taking the 360 angles, and you press and hold for this one. Press this button, it goes automatically for the center. We have a front trigger which helps you to control the gimbal from the back side and the front side. So what exactly you can do, you can actually go make it down like this, and we can actually have a operation like this one, and then you can double press it to make it center, triple press it to do the selfie mode, and then you double tap it and triple tap it to make it the front mode again. Here we have a wheel. So this wheel can be used to control variations in the camera and the gimbal. Like if you want to control the aperture, ISO and shutter speed, so you can actually connect a cable which is already coming along with the package. So you can connect the cable from the camera to the gimbal, and you can use this wheel to control the aperture, ISO and shutter speed of the camera while shooting. So you don't have to touch the camera all the time to do the settings. You can only do with the help of this wheel. Second thing, you can actually assign some special operations and the modes from the gimbal to this wheel. So if even you want to do some panning, like if you use the joystick and if you use the up and down like this, but you want to do very smooth movements, you can actually assign the pan follow or the tilt follow on this wheel trigger. So we have a special settings in the gimbal that you can actually assign any mode to this one. So while you're shooting, you can actually choose what exactly operation you want to do with this wheel. You want to control the camera or you want to control the gimbal. And this one also can be controlled, like you can also assign something, like you can just press one, you can actually assign this trigger to a variation mode. Like if you're just using a pan follow mode and instantly you want to switch to the locking mode, you can press once and you can actually switch to the locking mode. So this gimbal is also very convenient for those filmmakers who are actually shooting a very long distance, like a video, and also for long operations, and also can work for like 14 hours, and also can take the payload of 3.5 kg, which like if you have a mirrorless camera or a DSLR camera, you want to use a film camera, but that has a limitation of 3.5 kilogram, you can actually use on that one. And the best point of this one, we have a special mounting plate which can be controlled for the portrait and the landscape. So we have this sliding unit here. We just only have to remove this camera and use this sliding mode to control, to put it on the vertical mode, so you can instantly convert the landscape mode to the vertical mode. You can start shooting the reels. So this gimbal is very much professional for the content creators, for the filmmakers who want to use your mirrorless camera up to 3.5 kg, and Weebill 3S is kind of an ideal solution for those aspiring filmmakers who wants to make the film with a new creativity and also want to spend less money on the product. This is the best solution, Weebill 3S.